Alright, here we are, ready for the first leg of the day. Cold and dark on Gulf 6 at Miami, and we're flying down to Myrtle Beach. So, a little bit behind. We've got a little bit catching up to do. Need to be out of here by 14:45 local in order to keep up the schedule. So, let's jump straight in. Let's have a look here. So just finishing getting myself set up here. So already been through, we've got a flight plan in place. We've briefly checked our performance figures, so we'll check them again before we go. Right. So we've just come on board. We'll check our aircraft logbooks and airworthy safety certificates. Come back here, check our circuit breakers. Nothing popped. We'll check behind the captain's seat. Again, nothing popped. Battery switch, we're on and guard. So we see we're discharging now. We have got ground power available. Power's there. We'll check the fuel panel. Fuel pumps are off. Hydraulic electrics pumps are off. Air conditioning, they're off. APU bleeds off. Landing gear lever is down at 3 greens. So again, got power coming in for the ground power. Put the ground power on. Fire systems test check. So we've got a full APU detect, and we've got the master cautions as well. Wheel well, engine 1, 2, APU, engine overheats. And again, master cautions. Check the scripts. All good. We come down, we'll get ourselves a line in now. Onto nav. Jump into our seat. We'll have a look at the overhead. So we know we've got ground power coming in, we're fine. We'll pop that onto the APU gen, ready for when we connect the APU. Galley power's on. VPAS. Standby powers auto and guarded. Disconnects are covered. Bus transfer is guarded. Emergency exit lights can come on now. So what's the temperature we've got today? 27. We have got air conditioning plumbed in. We'll get that ready for takeoff. Reset vans are on. Isolation valves onto auto. Engine bleed switches are on. APU bleed switches off. We'll leave them packs off for the air conditioning. Jump in. Yeah, switch that over to local. So we get ourselves aligned here. So we're Miami, KMIA. Golf 6. Golf 6. Pop that over the top here. Parking bay coordinates. Golf. So 6 through 10. So it should be 2547.5 west 80 16 7. It matches our position, and we'll align off of that. So we'll check our flap lever is up there. Parking brake set. We'll pop outside and check our exterior lights. Again, for some reason FS Realistic doesn't want to work for me, so I can't do the actual walk around properly. Need to play about with it. So all our lights are working, beacon lights, logo lights on top of the wings, beacon light underneath, nav lights. So we're all good. So we'll jump back in. We'll turn everything off now. Logo lights off. We left our nav lights on. Flight flag, we request our data from SimBrief. We'll have a look at our departure radius. So 0486, so we're going to be using runway 9. So what I'll do is just get VPilot started as well. Nearly forgot about that. So we set our 2993 just while we're there, checking the weather. All good. Alright, connect. Right. Blew out my eardrums, but there we go. Alright, so auto ACC we've got on there now. So we've got no one available, but our squawk code's going to be 7134. So that we don't forget, 7134. We'll leave that in standby for now. So clearance, we know we're going to be taking off of runway 9 from the weather, and runway 9 is currently active. We've done a basic VPT, so once we get loaded and a final load sheet, we'll check that again. Get GSX up and running. So we get some catering services on. Should have been on overnight, but they were behind. So we'll get them in this morning. And then we'll request fuel as well while we're here. I'm gonna go ahead and enter the payload for the flight. So we've actually got 117 passengers. And we've got 564 pounds of cargo and 3,744 pounds of baggage. So what I'll do, 2744 can come up in the front. And we'll do 1564 in the rear. There we go. The catering just arrived. I think you'd have moved out of the way for him, but oh well. There we go. Right, so we'll wait for that. Won't do zero fuel weight and just that just yet. We'll get our flight plan loaded up. Now on the route, Miami. So the route's in. We'll load. Alright, we're at day trap link, so we'll have a quick look at the legs. Dukin, OMP, Phenom. Yeah. Talent, Ajos. Yep, that all matches, so we can activate, execute that. As I say, we know we're going to be departing on runway 9. So runway 9. Where's my flight plan? Got that many windows open. Alright, so we're using the ALTNN2 RNAV departure. There we go. Execute. Clear the master caution for the doors. There we go. So our refueler should be on his way any minute now. Turn up some lights. Just make a note of what was in each tank before we start. 5800, 5800. Up to the overhead. We have got a bit of weather locally, so that's why it's a bit dark at the minute. Nothing to be concerned about with our departure though. So we've got our route.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay. But now we know he's on his way. We've got 25 minutes before departure. We'll request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Hopefully he gets here before. There we go, there he is. They can start boarding the baggage as soon as he's finished loading. Yeah, go ahead. We'll
Fuel
attach the
truck is
truck.
in position.
Yeah.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Please
Okay.
use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Alright, so let's have a quick look.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
No, not yet. So block fuel, we want 14,300. So 14,350. Well, please.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So our zero fuel weights matching what we're expecting here. We'll have a go over to our performance page. So we've got a performance here. Miami, runway 9.
Locking gear.
We're doing a intersection takeoff from Tango 4. I'll show you what that is in a minute. Weather currently, we'll update it, see if it's changed. All good. Takeoff, we don't use a reduced thrust, so we use full takeoff thrust, but we do a flex temp. Optimum flaps, air conditioning is going to be on. Anti-ice is going to be off. We've got no non-normals. Just double check our zero fuel weights here. Yeah, and we're 18.2. We'll calculate. So just make a note of these. So we're going to have flaps 1. A trim of 6.25. V1 is 130. VR 130. V2 133. And VREF 129. And select temp of 61 degrees. Well, so that's our performance in. Right, so passengers boarding in 13 minutes. So we're all good now, so we can go back to init. Our zero fuel weight is correct. 14.2. The plan. We've got a little bit of extra fuel. Reserves, we've got no alternate, so we're £5,000. Cost index today is 20. Our cruise wind is 281 at 36. Our flight level today is 370. Oh. So not going. So 281 / 36. Perhaps because I've not put the flight level in yet. 370. There we go. We work now 28136. Outside air temperature is going to be minus 48 up there today. Really cold. I'd rather be inside than outside. Transition altitude's 81. So we're doing a full takeoff. We are light today, so we can go climb 2. We're going to be 61 degrees. That matches the VPT. So we're flaps 1. That should come out at 6.25. So we'll go by the figure that I've got anyway. V1 130. One 133. I'm going to go back to my performance actually and just make sure. So 14.4. So there, all the fuel's on there. That's fine. Just takeoff speeds looked a bit different. But again, I'm using intersection departure, so that'll be fine. Climb, cruise, legs, route data will request our winds. Load. We'll get our charts opened up. Departure. Airport. So we'll pin that one. Pin that one. Pin that one. That's all we need for the moment. Right, so we can confirm our winds. We go descent, forecast, load our descent winds. Execute. Oh, so that's that for now. Right, so we jump to the overhead. So we check our devices here. So we're on to nav, surface interphone is off. Reverse the lights at ECC, they're good. Crew oxygen, passenger oxygen is guarded. Flight deck recorder tested. We've got the PSU light is extinguished. Master light switch. We'll test. Let's jump for the so all our lights are working. All good. Back up, yeah, so our flight controls are covered, alternate flaps covered off. Your damper can come on now. Normal, 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 auto, normal. Check our crossfeed. Crossfeed open. Crossfeed shut. We'll put on the forward pump for the APU in a minute. Again, we've got the APUs there ready. We've finished fueling now, so we can pop on. Yeah, we'll test the attend and call buttons. All good. Window heat switches can come on now. Probe suites, we'll test. All good. We'll test the wing and engine anti-ice. Hydraulic electric pumps can come on. Test the cockpit voice recorder. Green light. Pressurization is looking good. Back up to here. Temps are looking good. Voice recorders on auto. Overheat test. It's all good. So we'll set this up to 37,000. And our arrival elevation is 25 feet, so we can keep that on 0. And we're at 9 feet here, so if we need to return, so it's not a problem. Just gonna get our frequency here for VATSIM, for CTAF. is 118,300. So we'll program that in now. So go across to 118. 300, and then we're on 122, 800 once we've departed. We'll check our departure. Got anything we can set? No, that's fine. So we've set our borough. We'll pop traffic on. I'll go with the flight path vector. It's all good. We'll leave them for now. Our initial altitude, which is what I was initially looking for, 5,000 feet there. 5,000 feet, and we'll go back to the runway heading. 092. So our takeoff, so 133. Two, three. Pilot flying today, pilot monitoring. We'll quickly set up this side, so we go traffic, flight path vector. We've got 9093. That's all good. And while we're here, we'll test the autopilot. All good there on normals. Clock's good. The normals. Check his oxygen. Cool. Alternate steering antenna. Do the same on my side. Normal, normal. Clock's all good. Crew oxygen. Flight instruments are set. RTO, auto, reset our fuel flow, engine, so oil quantity. We've got 92 and 97, just make a note of them. And hydraulics, we've got 100. So we'll check our speed brake. Our speed brake is down. Reverse thrusters are down. We'll check our throttles one at a time. Alright, so I need to change my profile quickly. Controls. For engine. Here we go. So I'll try going this way this time. There we go. Apply and save. This is where we do these checks. So engine 2, engine 1, speed brakes all good. Flaps does move. Cool. Thrust lever cutoffs are down. So we'll check our stabilizer trim. Cutout switch. That works. There we go. While we're here, we'll set 6.25. There's 6. About there will do us. Parking brake is set, as we said. Cut-off switches are off. We've done our fire check, but we'll check our tire cargo now. Cool. All works. So I'm not qualified to use the heads-up display, so we won't be using that today. Transponder is set. So rudder trim is 0. LR trim 0. And we'll run through the TCAS test.
TCAS test pass.
Cool. And we'll do a systems test on the GPWS. Hold it for 10 seconds.
Glide slope.
There we go.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low. Sink rate. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Glide slope. Bank angle. Bank angle. 100. 50. 30. 10. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. 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 Pull up.
Passengers boarding starting.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so we're all pretty much ready to go. Not quite got 10 minutes left, so we won't start the APU just yet.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome on board.
I'm going to take a quick look at, yeah. Everyone's ducking to get in. I didn't realise they're that low.
Good afternoon.
Oh, they're all in a rush today. Alright. So, everyone's boarding now. Baggage looks to be completed. We've got the tug ready to go. Alright. So, are you ready for our briefings?
Welcome on board.
So, we'll run through here. So, takeoff alternates. We don't have any. We haven't got any alternates for this flight today. None required. The weather's looking good enough.
May I see your boarding
Airport
pass?
information. We've got nothing to worry about here. MEL again. We're clear. Nice, clean aircraft to fly today. No issues whatsoever.
Welcome on board.
Just
Hello.
our NOTAMs today.
This way.
There's nothing that concerns us. Runway 12:30 is closed. 8 left and 26 right is closed. So,
Welcome on board. Good afternoon.
and then for tomorrow there's a taxiway inspection. So, at the moment there's nothing that requires our attention. And we'll look at our arrival.
This way.
NOTAMs. They've
This way.
got a warning of bird activity in the area, so we'll have to be extra careful of birds on approach. Adverse weather, as I say, we have got a little bit of weather off to the east here before we take off, but nothing to be concerned about. Turbulence rise. Let's have a look. We've got some off to our west. It could come into touch as we get close, but again, there's nothing on our route, so we shouldn't have no issues with turbulence on our flight today. We'll have a look at our taxi routing. So we're going to push back off stand 6 here to point 21. We'll then taxi via Tango. And we're departing Tango 4. We're not going to use the whole runway today. we're nice and light, so we've got plenty of space from Tango 4 to take off. Rejected takeoff considerations. So above 80 knots, I will only reject for fire or fire warning, engine failure, wind shear, or if the aircraft's unable or unsafe to fly. Before V1, if I call abort, I'll disengage the auto throttle, close the thrust, maximum manual braking, ensure the RTO is engaged manually, raise the speed brakes, and apply max reverse thrust. If called before V1 is continue, there will be no action below 400 feet except for cancel the warning and raise the landing gear. Climb to the MSA, which is 2,600 here, and follow the QRH or non-normals as required. Clearance, say we've been cleared for the runway 9. Departure today, CL turn 2. So for runway 9, we're going to be climbing heading of 092, intersect the course of 082 to Sea Salt, then on track 007 to Deals, then on track 348 to Live, then on 360 to Ferry, 360 to Costa Agers at or above 5,000. So as we said here, we're taking off this way, Sea Salt, Deals, Live, Ferry, Agers, and we need to be above 5,000 feet there. So NPC set, so we've got our top altitude set of 5,000, runway heading of 092, our V2 speed of 133. We've got no nav aids for the departure here today. We've got the radio set up for 118.3 for CTAF and 122.8 for once we're in the air. So a quick look at our route today. So we've got our departure in now. We've got above 5,000 feet. Again, we should be well above that by then. We have been through this and checked it. Already matches up with our flight plan. We haven't entered our arrival just yet, but there's no need for that at the moment. We'll do that en route. We're going to be taking off using LNAV VNAV for our departure. There is no required climb gradient, so we want to climb 2 after takeoff, but once we get to about 3,000-4,000 feet we'll cancel that. And our transition altitude today is 18,000 feet. So, any questions? Quite a long briefing, but we're there now. So with 5 minutes before pushback, we'll get our APU started. While we're waiting for that to come alive, we'll double check our ATIS. So 090 at 12, 10 miles broken, 2,200, overcast 8,000, 27 degrees. So we're looking good. So we've got lower oil pressure warning, but the EGT is rising. Make sure it stops, yeah. So what we do, we've got our parking brake on. We'll now request ground services. They can release the air conditioning. But it's not going to want to release the air conditioning. So we'll leave that for a minute then. So APU is now available. APU gen, we've now got power coming in. So I'll pop the APU on. We'll start a 2-minute timer before we can put the APU bleed on. We'll do a passenger announcement quickly. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your first officer speaking, Stephen. We're here with our captain today, Mr. Invisible. We'll get you safely down to Myrtle Beach today. We're looking to push back in about 3-4 minutes. Weather down in Myrtle Beach is looking light breeze with 22 degrees, overcast slightly, but in general, nice warm day. Our flight time's going to be about 1 hour 40 minutes. And if there's anything we can do, please see one of our flight attendants. We'll be starting the safety briefing in a minute, so if you please sit back and listen to the flight attendants, it'd be much appreciated. Once again, thank you for flying coastal. There we go. 2-minute time is pretty much up now. We'll pop the APU bleed on. We'll get our packs on high for a minute because we've had it is quite warm on here. So we'll check. We're on the APU, so we can now disconnect and we'll remove our wheel chocks, please. Why is it not doing that? Additional services. Dismiss power unit. That would be why that wasn't working. There was a dot there. FMC, so we can go FMC legs on this side. We'll bring up our performance. So we've got a minute to go now. We'll pop on our anti-collision light. We'll get them to remove the jetway. Doors. Sections. Doors. Closed door. Right. Air conditioning morning, that's fine. So we'll do our before start flows. So fuel on 2, 3, we've got nothing in the center tank. APU is on, APU gens are on. Everything's released, packs can come off now. Anti-collision light is on, and we'll push back time noted. So 14:46. We'll get pushed back now, please. Spot 21.
Release parking brakes, please.
And parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
So before start checklist, fuel pumps are off, and we've got 14,400, which is more than enough. Passenger signs are on, window heat is on, hydroelectric pumps are on, doors are closed, pressurization is set and auto brake is RTO, and stab trim is set. So before start checklist complete. Start engine number 2, please. So we've got starter valve open. We've got N2 rising. Looking for 25% to introduce the fuel. 20%. Boom. We've got light off. All pressure lights out. And starter cut off. Starter valve cut off. Go continuous there. Isolate and ventilate. And we'll pop on. We'll hold off on starting engine one for a minute. So they're just going to take us to spot 21, which is just up here. And I didn't start my ACARS program, so turn that off. Go back onto the APU. I'm just going to disconnect the VATSIM here for a minute. Get GSX to stop us. Abort pushback. Parking brakes can come on. Get ourselves back onto stand 6, ready for departure. Just need to change my fuel quickly. So I need it for our starting fuel because it takes into account how much fuel I load. I'll start my ACARS program. Reconnect to VATSIM. So we're 7134. 7134 is good. So now I can load the fuel on board I needed. $14,400. I'll double check that. 14,300, sorry. 14,300. There we go. So we'll take off, make sure it's all the same still. So hydraulics obviously gone out because we've cut off. You're good there. Anti-collision lights on. We'll get ourselves pushed back. I'll just put our time back to when we push back. That will do.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
CTO frequency is still there. Right. So we'll run through our before start checklist again. So fuel pumps are on, passenger signs are on, window heats on, hydraulic pumps, doors are closed, pressurization set, RTO
Departure
is
checks completed.
set. Stab trim is set. So I got to get paid for the flight, that's the only thing.
Locking gear.
So we're 46 again. They're going to go spot 21.
Release parking brakes, please.
Beacons on. Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
So we're not in a rush as you see last time. We'll let ourselves get pushed back here. I'll start the engines in a minute. We are going for a 2-engine taxi. We don't really save much fuel using the 1-engine taxi in this case. The MDG is not quite set up right for that. We had to go in one of these windows here. No, let's try over this side. What we'll do, we'll jump back on board anyway, and we'll get these engines started. Alright, so starting engine number 1, please. Number 2. There we go. So obviously it's still warm from when we started it last time. Starter valves open. Again. Packs off. Auto. Right, so engine number 2. So we've got N2s moving. Starter valves open. Oil pressure's climbing. Yeah, we'll introduce the fuel. We've got light off. And one's rising. Oil pressure light's gone. Starter cut out and continuous. So we've got isolate and ventilate. I'll pop that on for now. And we'll set ourselves to TARA. And we'll start engine number 1, please. So I've got N2. Oil pressure is rising. Introduce the fuel. Oil pressure, we've got light off.
Please set parking Unlocking brake.
Stand by. Cut off and EGTs should sell out. Parking brake is set. And we got rollback. On now. So Gen 1, Gen 2. There. Probe heat can come on now. That come on. Let go auto. APU bleed can come off. And APU can come off now.
Unlocking gear.
Flaps 1. Takeoff. Flaps 1. Verify takeoff speeds.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Flat handle. Control check. Full forward. Full back. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudders. Full right. Full left. And transponder is set and we're TARA. So we do before taxi checklist, please. So generators are on, probe heats on. Anti-ice is off, it's not required. Flight controls are free. Flaps one set, green light, and we've got one set. And transponder is TARA. She's got the pin. It's going to kick me out of this and make me go back into it, isn't it? There we go. Full screen. Right, let me do it, that's fine. Just start a timer, 3 minutes for the engine warm up. Miami traffic, Riptide 6. Taxiing via Tango to Tango 4 for runway 09. Miami traffic.
And Miami traffic gear, red check please.
Loud and clear.
Same to you, thanks.
Taxi light on now. Give it a little bit more room. We've got no warnings. And bring it back down again. Miami traffic, Riptide 6, crossing runway 30 at Tango. keep an eye on our taxi down here. Clear the runway. So we'll start before takeoff flow. Cabin crew seats for takeoff, please. Takeoff configuration we've checked. Conditioning pressurization is checked. Altimeters 29903, 29903, 29903. We'll arm VNAV, LNAV. Leave. So we're not the next left, we're the one after. We'll leave our auto throttle until we're there. Recall. We're good. Just drop the sound down for that a bit. There we go. All in all, quite happy with that setup. Just forgot the ACARS, which could have been disastrous. Flying without getting paid. So we're not this one. We're looking for Tango 4. So we will now arm the auto throttle. We're pretty much there. So we're armed and we're LNAV, VNAV armed. We've had more than 6 minutes. Engines are warm. Miami traffic, Riptide 6, departing runway 9 to the north, Alton 2 departure, Miami traffic. Come on now, strobes can come on, put our wing, logo lights not required. Start our clock. Clear right, clear left. Before takeoff, the takeoff config's checked, packs are set, bleeds are set, altimeters are checked, and recall's being checked. Before takeoff checklist complete. Restrict it slightly so engines are stable. We're positioned toga full pressure. Checked. Thrust set. Rotate. Hold it. Gear up, please. Watching the 15 degrees. Very now speed now. A 1,000 feet above, so we can start bringing the flaps up now. Down to 10 degrees. Speed's coming up, flaps
Miami
up.
traffic, American 1451, stand Delta 40, taxiing runway 08 right via November 7, Mike.
And we'll pop the autopilot on. So taxi light can come off. So after takeoff checklist, we've got gear up and off. Auto brake is off. Flaps are up. We're going to just continue our climb here. We've got no traffic nearby. So bring up the legs page. There we go, clear. Delete the restriction. We're going to go climb. Sorry, index, performance, N1 limit. And we'll delete that now and we'll go full speed. There we go. So externals can come in. So in between cloud layers at the moment. So we're already above 5,000 feet, so we've got nothing to worry here on the departure. Just over deals.
And Miami traffic, good lovely morning, American 2541, taxiing to holding runway 08 right.
And we'll switch over to Unicom now. (10,000 feet). So we've got our retracts off. We're going to leave the engines running in case the temperature drops, as we are in cloud here at the moment. We'll notify the cabin crew. Air conditioning and pressurization is climbing, which is good to see. Air conditioning is fine. Check our temps. That's good. Again, continue our climb. Bring 1,000 feet. Now we're above the cloud now, looking good. So engine start switches can come off. Got no warning of turbulence, so we'll release the cabin. Fuel's looking good, nice and balanced. I nearly missed that, so checking our pressurisation. Landing lights are off now. Wing lights off, logo lights are off. We're still climbing. Pressurisation is looking good. Temps are looking good. I'll rise it slightly. We've got 1,000 to go, so we'll increase our climb. So we're up to, we'll just go all the way up to cruise level now, 370. There we go. A bit of background music on while we're going. So increases here. So we've got quite a while before our top of descent. Standard. Everything's looking good here. Again, fuel's looking good. So just pop on some royalty-free music. Let's check our flight plan here. So our first main is easy, so we go legs now. So a few miles progress. So our wind's looking good. That's a deviation, so we're still fairly warm at the moment. So let's have a look. Press E A Z Y. So we've got distance to go, 43 miles. So that's our window there, and we're looking about 19, 18. Again, we're climbing, our speed will go up a little bit. So what's our time? About 5 minutes. Oh, bless me. So we're looking at total time, roughly about 17 minutes. So again, we're looking about right there. We're going to have about an hour and 14 remaining. So here, fuel remaining. Should be 10.6. Yeah, we're not going to have no problem about that. So yeah, we're all looking good. Just going to disappear, make myself a coffee. Visit the little girl's room, and then I'll be back. We're now fully off for the departure. I love that livery. There we go, look at that. We've got some traffic. That is a 738, and he's cutting across us. He's at 36,000 feet, so he might, I'm not going to disappear just yet, he might be concerned. We've got traffic on. We're still climbing. No, he's gone across the front of us now, so we're well clear. It is a shame there's not more pilots and ATC on VETSIM. Just really enjoy seeing traffic. So we're on anyway. Let's see if we can go have a look at him quickly. The showcase. time level. I just watched what we do level out, and there he is on our TCAS as we've now nearly the same flight level as him. So he's about 5 miles up that way. And he is heading. Let's have a look. Must be a bit of a group flight going on. There's a few of them. YMAs all going from Mike Uniform November to Kimo Tango Lima Hotel. Tallahassee Regional. So we should make sure we level off here. And now we've gone past that, so it's 10 point. Yeah, we're doing great on fuel. And just watch our speed roll back. And we're leveling off. And we was about 17 minutes, which is perfect. So let's have a look. Three, four. So that's our next one. RMP. Let's have a look. Limits. Time over tolerance. Progress. So we should be landing with about 7 ton of fuel, 7,000 pounds, and we plan to arrive with 6,000 pounds. So we've got about 1,000 pounds to play with. And we're looking at find out the flight times of this quickly. No, which page was it I had open? Open that on another page. Flights. 6. So we're 14:25. $15:21. So yeah, we're going to be there bang on time. So if we can, let's go into our performance page. So increase our cost index. Try and make up a bit of time. It's got to be the wind, maybe. Yeah, what we do is we set it at 50. And we'll check our progress. A little bit more fuel. It's not made a massive difference. Progress. So we can increase it a bit more. We'll go 60. So we'll go 60 and we would request a direct. We'll assume that ATC will give it that to us. So we're going to corner here slightly. Go direct. So again, we'll be mindful of our fuel here. Obviously, we're using a little bit more to get there now, but we're still going to be £900 above our target when we get there. And our progress, we've shaved another minute off, so we'll go through and we'll have a look at the charts on that when I get back. Just going to make a coffee, as I say, and I'll leave you with a bit of a wing view and a bit of music. Right, I'm back. So let's get going here. Have a look, see where we are, how we're progressing along. Looking good. Each show, we're still going to have 3 minutes early. Music's not too bad. Turn it down just a touch. And we'll see if we can get a... cancel that. There we go. So we'll stick that up in the corner there for our VPT. So we'll go into this now. We've got the steel brakes. 700, that will do. So we are KMYR, Myrtle Beach runway. Let's have a quick look at the ATIS. KMIR. Arrival. So 10 section miles clear. So 010, 5 knots. So we'll unpin that, unpin that, we'll unpin that. Search arrival, airport. Why does it do that? Arrival, airport. Airport information, so we'll pin that one. Sightseeing helicopters, medvac helicopter departing. That's fine. Parking gates and coordinates, we'll pop that open. Yeah. So we're going to be landing on runway 36. Have a look at, see what stand we're going to be landing at. KMYR. 506. So on the end of the building now. By Zulu. So we can either try to see if we can get off at Zulu or Alpha 5. So we'll go back to this. We're going to go runway 36 full condition. We'll load in the weather. Oops, that's what landed en route. KMYR Myrtle Beach 36. Enter that in. Dry weather flap config. We have got a long enough runway for flaps 30. We'll see what it gives us for flaps 30. Air conditioning auto. No, we won't because we need to think about the turn time. So we're going to go flaps 40. Anti-ice is off. All brakes. I'll put all brakes. Non-normal. We've got no non-normals. Speed brakes auto. And we're going to go full reverse thrust. We'll grab our weights from over here. So we're looking at 6.9, so let's call it 7, 8, 9, so that's 2.2 tons off of that. So we're 118 decimal 3. So 1,108. 800 VREF 5 knots. And we'll calculate. Dun, dun. So recommended brake cooling times 14 if we go max manual, or 8 minutes. So we'll zoom in here. I tend to use a pen, just roughly measure it up to the scale. So there's 4,000 feet. That's what we would do. So if we measure 2,500 feet and we do that twice, so let's call that about there. So if we land roughly by the windsock, so that's the end of Alpha 3. We should be able to hit Alpha 4, the high speed exit, give our engines time to cool down. No point in hitting it hard. If we're not going to make it, we've got Alpha 5 right there. If we do get down early, we could possibly exit a Zulu, but it's not really going to benefit us much. So we're looking. We're aiming for Alpha 4 exit. Stand Bravo 6. Once we get there. Just make a note of these numbers. So landing distance for auto brake 3. We're looking at 5,814 feet. Unfactored is 4,942 feet. And we've got no procedures required for that. We don't use auto brake 1 anyway, but we could even get away with an auto brake 2 with flaps 40. What have we got with flaps 30? See what that comes up with. So we're looking about 100 miles, just over 100 miles to the top of the descent. Going to here, top of the descent, 134 miles. There's not a huge increase in that, so we're 6,000 feet with auto brake 3. So let's go over here, go back down to the bottom, roughly measure out 3,000 feet, and then if we go from the windsock, there's one, which should take us to Alpha 5. Can throw in a little bit of brake in there once we've touched down. I think we'll do that. It's a little bit more fuel efficient. Early. I'll cancel that. Airport info. Required go around gradient is 3.3 degrees. Alright, so we'll pop that in now. We're going to be flaps 30, and we're going to use the VREF +5 is 132. Oops, that's 132. Yeah, we're just checking everything else is all looking good. Pressurization still holding up. There. Fuel's looking good as well. So let's have a look. Progress 8.5 fuel. At fuel 8 ton, so we're still 0.5 up on the fuel for there. We should be 40 to 50 minutes. So yeah, that wind has affected us on the route here. We'll cut the corner here slightly. Legs. We'll go direct to Talan. Turn slightly early, see if we can get any more time shaved off here. We'll open up our charts here. Go back to radar. Come off of there. So Simlink's not running. Let's get that running. It should be. There we go. So we don't have any approach plan for here. Standard arrival, there is none. So we said we are expecting runway 36. So we'll have a look at this. That's the ILS. We could go RNAV. And friend. So we're set up for the RNAV, but we'll throw in the ILS for a backup. So we're going to do this now then. So arrival. We're going to go RNAV 36. Execute. We'll go legs. Yeah, see where it's looking, if it's much off. So we'll send ourselves direct there after. So we go plan step put that down. So we'll have a quick look. So it's not going to be an ILS. We're going to go visual. So we can set ourselves up for the fix. So we select runway 36. We'll go fix. And we'll go 15. 5 and 3. So we're going to be coming in, we're going to be on about a 10-mile final by the time we've hit that. We'll go back to our charts here. So our missed approach will be climb 2000, direct to PD. We'll throw in the backup ILS. So 111.9. And we've got a course of 357. 357. 357. Should have kept this up to date really. We've got no concerns about weather, so I'm going to put terrain on for our descent. No, we could pop weather on over the other side, but we shouldn't have no issues there. We have got traffic off to our right hand side, can't be seen at the moment, but we'll keep an eye out for that. He's heading towards us, and he's at 38,000 feet, so he should be of no interest. So I'm the only one that's flown into Myrtle Beach at the moment. We'll get the KMYR. That's so we're looking at CTAF for KMYR is 1284550. So what we're gonna do, we'll get that ready in the standby. So we're 128 450. And our pressure for there is 3011. 3011. We'll set that as a backup. Ready. Leave that one for now. That's set as backup. And our decision altitude is 325. 22. Barrow. Again, approach. We're going to add on our ILS and we'll whack that there as well. Right, so we've got all that down. We'll run for our briefings. So we haven't got a star that we're using. We're going to be using the RNAV GPS for runway 36. Our missed approach is climb 2000 direct to PD. We've got our we've got an MSA of 2000 feet, 2100 feet. Transition altitude is 18,000 feet. Speed restrictions, we've got no speed restrictions on coming down. There is no adverse weather in the area, no TAMS, obviously there's birds in the vicinity. We're going to be using flaps 30. Flaps 30, speed of 132 and auto brake 3. And as I said in our touchdown, pin that, pin that. Touchdown point, we're looking before the windsock, or round about the windsock. And if we can get off Alpha 4, that's ideal for us. But again, if we need to use Alpha 5, that's not an issue either. Should get a right balance of performance and fuel saving. So we're 20 miles from top of the descent. Hour into the flight. Pretty much straight in and down. And we're going to say they've told us to go direct now. And we're cleared on the descent. So we'll go direct. And we're cleared down. A little bit early. But we'll start our descent. We're going to descend. We'll get our latest descent winds first, and then we'll start our descent. Again, we'll try and keep our speed up as much as we can on the approach. Right, so that's in execute. We'll go descend now, and we'll start our descent. So I'll get rid of that one now, as we don't need that. We'll reduce the music down, and we'll get this bird on the ground. Do a nice external view. And quick wing view. Nope, sat in someone else's seat by the looks of it. And this side as well. Slip out quickly. Nice full flight today. Couple of empty seats. Good to see everyone looking happy. Into your fashion there, sir. Head back to the cockpit. Now quarter descent path. Try and keep our speed up on the way down. As I said, really limited on time for these turns, so I'm fairly certain. Yeah, we've got 25 minutes to be back off the ground again. I'm not going to fly the next flight right now, but whatever time I land, I'll set that time as my next leg. Might fly the next one later today, not too sure. Let's continue our descent, 32,000 feet. And we're now on a heading of 666. 66. Get there. As we're pretty much straight in approach and coming in quite quick, I'm going to get the cabin crew sat early. Feels looking good. Progress page. Looking good. do have quite a bit of slowing down here to do, but we'll be fine at the moment. So what I do once I'm on stand, we'll connect the GPU. Let me see if we've got a GPU available here. Yes, we've got full services. So we've got GPU and air conditioning unit on. Continue out of the sound. So GPU, APU on. We'll do the get our passengers off, and we'll check the time now, and that will be the time I'll start the next leg, and hopefully we'll get off the ground in time for the next leg. Let's say 25 minutes really isn't long. Shouldn't be any terrain issues. MSA was 2,100 feet if needed. And we'd be good to go. We've got drag required here. We're still on profile at the moment. I'm not going to use the boards just yet. We'll continue on down to 10,000 feet. So we'll check our air conditioning. Pressurization panel is good. Set for landing. Wing lights can come on. Landing lights can come on. Going to continuous, and we'll go to 3. We've got 1. We'll double check that is the current one. Yes. So a little bit high now. I'm going to throw the boards out, just get ourselves back on to speed. Yeah, we're coming up now. Boards coming in. Drop ourselves to 9,000, but we will keep an eye on our speed. And let's have a look at the charts. Approach. Just go pinned. Approach. So we're looking at 1,600 for pork. Speed slightly coming away of us again, a little bit slippery on the descent. Progress 22. So we're just hitting our decel zone. Speed really needs to come back now. It's coming back nicely. Remember, not above 250 below 10,000 feet. The plane does a great job of managing that. I do feel we might need a little bit of help from the spoilers. Still on profile at the moment. 200 feet to go. 150 feet. I'm going to give it a little bit of help here. Bring the speed down a bit quicker. Once we're below 250, I'll bring the boards back in. 251, 250, boards in, just past 10,000 feet. So, descent checklist. Altimeters and bugs are set, and bugs are cross-checked. We're going to continue down to 16 now. That's it, and they've been cross-checked. 3011. VREF retarget, so we've got 132. Touchdown, we're looking at about 127. Auto brake is 3 set. Start switches are continuous. Recall, we're all good on the recall. We're going to switch over to CTAF now. Myrtle Beach traffic, Riptide 6, inbound for the RNAV 36, passing 8,000 feet. So yeah, speed's getting carried away here. I'm going to go manual speed. Got the ILS's back up. Bring ourselves down to 210. We'll leave it as long as we can. So we need to be 170 by 5. We're going to extend and pop on these ones. Gives us a little bit more drag. Probably won't affect us that much. A little bit high on profile now. I think we have to assist with the speed brakes here. Let's get our speed down. Speed brakes are down. Up. Get ourselves slowed down so we don't have to rely on the flaps or anything like that, because we'll end up damaging them. So, cabin crew, seats for landing, please. Landed in 5 minutes. Speed's coming back nicely. Bring back in for now. below the glide slope. I'm going to put us down to flaps up. Speed should come back even more in a minute. There we go, leveling off. So we're below our speeds. $210, gonna go flaps 5. Flaps 5 and 170. Set that up to our course, so we're going to be 357. Quick reminder about the go around, so climb 2000 direct to PDE and we'll hold there. We are looking good here. Progress. Legs. Myrtle Beach traffic, Riptide 6, established 10-mile final for runway 36. Myrtle Beach traffic. There, we'll make ourselves clear. Double check on VetSim, there is no one else about at the moment. Maybe he's not heard us. We are on the CTEF. Yes. Coming in, we're on profile. Put us right the way down to 0 now. We'll arm our speed brakes, speed's under control. Speed brakes aren't. Come up to 5 miles, we're gear down. Flaps 15. And flaps 15 speed. Which... yeah. We're going to set 132. Coming down to flaps 15. Flaps 30. Alright. So, before landing checklist, speed brake is armed. Speed brake's armed, green light. Landing gear's down, 3 greens. Flaps are 30, green light 30, set. Myrtle Beach traffic, Riptide 6, 3-mile final for runway 36. Disconnect the auto throttles, get ourselves stable. There. And we'll go. We'll set our missed approach, which was 2000. And I'll take over. Slightly fast, slightly high. Still slightly fast. Slightly high. Take ourselves in a little bit lower and we get on the touchdown markers. There we go. Slightly below.
Wide slope. Wide
Yeah,
slope.
correcting. Visual. Continue.
100. 50. 30. 10.
Yeah, we're down. Disarm that. Yeah, we'll take the high speed. Myrtle Beach, Riptide 6, clear runway 36. Myrtle Beach traffic. Slow ourselves down now. Flaps can come up. Go on to steady now. They can go off. We've got a 3-minute warm down. We'll get the APU started. No one on the ground here. So, terrain radar off. Weather radar off. And if we bring up our airport, we want we're coming down here now, so we want the one that's right on the corner. It should be that one over there. Auto brake is off. Landing lights off. APU is on. Wheel light can come off. Ring light can come off. APU's on. Anti-IS come off. Turn here. Property switches, window switches, and there we go. Take this stand right here. Oh, as we put it on stand, we'll turn off the taxi light. It's not great the way they're lined up here. I'm going to stop short. We'll use the air stairs. Default scenery for this one, I'm afraid. We'll stop there. Parking brake on. So we've got another minute here, unfortunately. Service actions. Ground services. We'll pop in that. Request ground power. There we go. That will do us for now. So we've gone to APU gem. We've got that there. APU. So we've got 2 blues, 1 red. Engines are dead. So seatbelts come off now. Waiting for the N2 to drop below 25%. Clear the master caution. 25% and anti-collision light can come off. So go back here. Oh, request the maintenance van. We'll get him to have a look at this. That's a bit frustrating. It's annoying when the scenery doesn't work. I'll have to have a look, see what I can do, see if I can fix it. So we'll stop that. So what I'll do, we'll do 120, 20, 27, and I'll simulate the disembark there. Request that. Request that. Stairs at the front. Stairs at the back. And we get a passenger bus out to us. Go 0. And we'll go 0. I could do it this way, I suppose. Here comes the air conditioning. So we can move over to GPU now. Ground power, we've got 400 on there. Onto ground power. APU bleeds are off. We'll turn the packs off because we're getting air conditioning on. Leave that open. APU can come off now. So stairs are arriving. Bus is here. And we'll leave it there. So, thank you for watching.